Can you believe it? We're still officially in summer, middle of September, and it's like 62 degrees, and it's raining. Look to the left. Those are pintails. And then the rest are spice finches. Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California, and I'm sharing with you my morning ritual of having coffee out in the bird garden. Don't do it every single day, but I really should. So this is the bird garden that I'm working on, and I have big plans for this side. I hope this winter to get it all changed up. I've got that tote there that I feed birds on right now that's kind of covered to protect them from hawks, but I want to kind of open it up and change it up more for insect eaters. Then I've got this whole area where Gary set up a gazebo he found in the trash, and then it wasn't set up the way it's supposed to, so we could have it wider, and then we crisscrossed it with a lot of branches. See the branches on top? It really serves a really great purpose for multiple things. It keeps hawks out, or at least makes it harder for them to hunt birds, because they have to zigzag around, and that's not something they want to do. They need to swoop, grab, and go. The other thing is, the birds love coming in and landing on it and looking around at all the different feeders. They can use it for perches, and they can see what's going on before they land on wherever they want to go. I've got so many thoughts on that, how I want to set this up with a lot of perennials. And the other thing is with the branches, as you can see, I'm hanging my feeders on there, so it really helps. I don't have to figure out how am I going to hang it. I got a big crisscross heavy-duty branch going across. I just hook on my feeders I make. Otherwise, I'd be looking for hooks. How am I going to do it? Where am I going to put it? So it really helps. The rebar is good too, and I'm almost wondering if I should change some of them up with rebar this winter. Because see how high to the left the rebar is that Gary curved and put in? It's kind of a little too high, but he could make it bend lower if I wanted. Well, if you look, a lot of the dragon fruit is pulling it down. So I'm trying different things this winter, but we'll see what happens. Now, it is raining, and as you can see, it's a good steady rain. It's been going on for hours. It started early this morning. It's not pouring, just a steady rain. These birds are still feeding in the rain. Rain doesn't bother birds at all. They have an oil gland, most birds, behind their tail on their back. And when you see them pruning, cleaning their feathers, they're taking a little bit of oil from that gland, and then with their beak, they're running it through each feather. This way the feather has a slight oil to it, their type of oil, not like the oil we use for cooking or anything. And it creates a good cover on the feathers, so when the rain comes down, if you look, you'll see they're not wet. The water just rolls off. So that's why they can fly. The water just beads up and rolls right off of them. Now I'm sitting out here and I'm sharing this with you this morning. This has been unreal. I have no idea what's going to happen next month. I'm hoping everything's going to be peaceful and nice, but we're going to have to see. The majority of what you see right now are spice finches, which have been introduced here in California and a lot of different places in the United States. They were ex-pets that got out of aviaries or whatever, and they acclimated quite well to our weather conditions and our plants. They only need small seeds. Well, they found our yard, and we used to have like just a couple of them, and this is not a joke. We're probably up to about 100. They come in like this in large flocks. You'll see them flying through the sky. I saw them last night. It's really cool. Looks like a black cloud coming in, and it zigzags all over. And then they come down, and I found out yesterday that they're sleeping in Gary's garden. They're going into his Brazilian pepper trees. I saw them dive bomb into the tree just before the sun went down, so that was cute. Anyways, they go from Gary's garden up here, but there's multiple groups of them. So they come in waves. But like I was saying, We only started, see that? See, those are both, that one and that one. These are mainly spice finches. There's a few pintails in there too, because that's the funny thing about spice finches. They raise, anywhere from 3 to maybe even 6 babies in one nest, depending on how many eggs they lay. But they also raise pintail whites, the ones that I've showed you in past videos where the male's got the long black tail. He kind of dances around and shows off to the female, and if the female likes the way he looks and he has a really long tail, she'll let him breed with her. Well, she doesn't build a nest at all. I've got into the whole history on them and how the pintail white lays her eggs in the spice finch's nest, and then they raise them, thank goodness, peacefully along with their babies. But the thing is, it's the numbers we have now. We have never had this many spice finches. So I told Gary, we were sitting here, so something scared him off earlier before he went to do his stuff that he needs to do. Can you imagine what we see here now? Half, realistically, not really half, but let's just say half of those are females that are going to have babies next year. And the numbers could go, I don't even want to think about it, far into the hundreds. The reason I worry about October is the white crown's return, not counting the 60 other species of small birds that reside here all year. Now we have house finches here where the female is kind of grayish brown and the male has the red on the face. Those live here all year. The white crowns leave late spring, so they leave and they do whatever they're going to do all summer, and then they return here for the winter, and they come in by the hundreds. So, I just look at this coffee. This is the way to do it. Have coffee. I don't know. Look at that. My lemon verbena, which makes great tea, and I put it in my green drink, is full of spice finches. Both babies, there's still babies there. Babies don't have the color, the spots, and adults. I love this so much. But what I came on to talk about is this is our first rain of the season. I mean, we've had 1 or 2 days here and there, barely, I think, in the summer. We're still in summer, but you know what I mean, where we had some, rain. But normally we get a lot of rain, and when I say a lot, 2-3 days in August, we didn't get that. You really need to make a place to sit and have coffee. It really is a good way to start the day. Get your blood pressure down. Now, I was kind of surprised to get up and see it raining. When I asked Alexa, we all know who that is, what's the weather today? She said no rain. I said, but Alexa, it's raining. And she said, it's pouring. And the old man is snoring. She was making jokes. Passion to dance. I already did one dancing video. I don't think I'm doing another one. Is it going to be measurable? I don't know. It's been raining for about, I'm going to say 3 hours at least, and it's still raining. So going back to the white crowns, I have no idea what's going to happen when they come in, and they will start to come in. I'll see 1 or 2 one day, and then all of a sudden there'll be hundreds, and they'll park themselves here and stay here until they leave. So this will be interesting. I told Gary, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to buy seed. Like, instead of going and picking up a couple 100 pounds, you may have to pick up more than that. Look at the seed heads. They're pretty much eaten, and there's a towee in the back. I tried to encourage a lot of the seeds to grow, so this way they'd have fresh green seeds too. They like that. They climb all over it, the birds. And then, of course, any of them fall, they'll eat it as well. I love this. We'll have to see. And I'll have to set up different bowls. Look at the hummingbird feeding on the red salvia there, the flower. Look at that. Beautiful. I love this. And that's why I want to build this up, because this is a good place to come if you're upset or depressed or just want to unwind or start the day. It's like a really nice place, and you don't have to make it this big. Even though this really isn't that big, you can make it on a patio real small. And let me tell you something. You put things out and the birds will find it. They really will, because food is important to them. They have to have food. So I'm going to set up bowls differently, kind of like I do here. Like these are set up purposely for the spice finches. See how they can get inside the cage I made? These are from Dollar Tree. They can get inside, but the doves can't. So even though the doves can fly on top, they can't get to the food. The doves have to go to, like you see on the top there, a bowl, and that bowl's not going to work in the rain. Not if it rains too much. See the bowl? Now if I drill a hole in it, it'll be fine. The plastic bowls I put out for the spice finches, both of them, in both of those like cages I set up, see how they go in and out? The house finches can get in there too, and so can the white crowns. There's holes, so this way if it gets water in it, it drains out. Keep in mind, birds will eat wet seed. So I just wanted to kind of share this with you. Oh my, I talked your ear off for 11 minutes, and I got work to do. And I'm sure you do too, have things to do. I'm going to start my day now, so have a great day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. I love this.